Hey everyone, so the last couple weeks have been rather depressing for me reading-wise. I have attempted to read a bunch of books and nothing seems to be holding my interest, which is very frustrating, as I'm sure anybody who's experienced this knows. It's just annoying as hell. Um, yeah, so a lot has been going on, and I think there's a lot of reasons why I just haven't been able to focus on reading. I'm still sort of losing my mind at work and adjusting to the new schedule and the new departments and all that stuff. Plus, I'm sort of trying to get myself ready for this trip to Vegas in a couple weeks for my birthday. Yeah, and then to top everything else off, I had to put to rest my laptop because, yes, it died on me. It just completely self-destructed, I guess. And I don't get it. This is like the third or fourth laptop that I've had in the past 4 years. Yeah, so anyway, I originally went out and got a new HP laptop, and it had Windows 8 installed, as all new computers do these days. And I had it at home for about a day, and I wanted to stab myself in the eye with an ice pick because, oh my god, I don't know if any of you out there have Windows 8, but I hate it with a fiery passion that burns in my black little soul. So I finally decided to listen to several of my friends who have been trying to convince me to switch over to the dark side, and so I returned the HP, and I ended up getting myself this baby, the new MacBook Air. And so far, even though I have never had any kind of experience working on a Mac computer, I am enjoying it and I really like it, and it's super fascinating to try and figure out what the hell I'm doing. Speaking of that, this video is going to be my first attempt at editing a video in iMovie, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so hopefully it will work. If any of you out there use iMovie and have any tips for me, send me a message. If you know any helpful videos or whatever that could walk me through it, and explains things to me as if I was a 3-year-old or a brain-damaged monkey, please send them my way, because I appreciate all help. I did manage, finally, to read a book. I just finished it this afternoon. I just finished Red Hill by Jamie McGuire. Some of you might remember my sort of ranting about Jamie McGuire's book, Beautiful Disaster. It took me quite a while to read that book, and it was just a mess. It was a train wreck. I always have an open mind when it comes to books and authors, and I am usually willing to give an author another try. Yeah, and when I found out what the concept of this book was, I was really excited and just knew that I had to read it. And pretty much what this book is about, it is set during the zombie apocalypse, and it is sort of a very unorthodox sort of love story that happens after and during the zombie apocalypse. This book is completely different than Beautiful Disaster. Let me just put that out there right away. If you're gonna buy this book thinking it's going to be, Travis fighting zombies, but yeah, that's not what you're gonna get. This is a completely different book. Her writing style is greatly improved. Her storytelling ability has greatly improved. There's still angst. There's still a lot of drama going on, but she does it in a much easier to digest way, if that makes any sense. The characters felt real to me. It's told from several different POVs, which a lot of people don't like, but I quite enjoy. Everything was really great. I love the whole zombie element. You guys know me and my love for zombies. So of course I was going to love that aspect, and she handled it really, really well. I was kind of concerned knowing that she was sort of on the romance aspect of the spectrum, but she handled the zombie aspects really well. I loved how in the first half of the book is told from different points of view, from these completely different characters who don't really know each other, but slowly their stories begin to weave together, and you see the connections between everybody. And so when finally everybody gets to this sort of compound in the middle of nowhere, which is of course called Red Hill, their stories and their interactions and everything start to make sense. However, if I have sort of a downside to this book, it would be that once everybody got there, it sort of became less of a zombie apocalyptic slash romance, and for a while turned into sort of a soap opera-y kind of romance, which I wasn't too fond of because there were several different relationships going on, and that was kind of a little distracting. I wanted to get back into the whole zombie aspect of it. But the ending was amazing. I have to say I was really sad because several of the characters that I liked actually did not make it. And if I have another complaint, it would be that a couple of them died sort of off camera, if you will, and there wasn't very much explanation, and it just, like, 1 second they're there, and then the next second it's a day later or whatever, and somebody else is telling the other characters that they're dead, and I'm like, really? You make me like this character, and then boom, they're gone. So I have some nitpicky problems with the book, but otherwise it was enjoyable, and like I said, this was really the first book I was actually able to finish since Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which I talked about in my last video. So I really liked it, and I am going to give it 4 stars on Goodreads. And considering how much I absolutely hated Beautiful Disaster, I would say that's quite a glowing recommendation from me. It's a standalone, and I love standalones. They're few and far between, you guys, but I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my big whopping 1 book that I managed to read the past week, 10 days, whatever it's been. I am getting ready to start a book called Hide, and I can't remember, I think the author's name is Lauren Stewart, and it's the first of 3 books. It's sort of a modern retelling of the Jekyll and Hyde story. And the 3rd book just came out, which is why I'm starting the first one, because I am really just tired of reading series that end on a cliffhanger and you have to wait a year and a half for the continuation of the story. So I am trying to just read series that have been completed. We'll see how that works out. So that's about it for me, you guys. If you have any tips or tricks for iMovie, let me know, and I really appreciate any help you guys can give me, because yeah, I hated Windows Movie Maker, but it was simple, and I like simple. So okay, so that's pretty much it for me, you guys, this week. I will talk to you soon, and yeah, so happy reading, guys. Bye.